Here's a digital SAT math question. A line intersects two parallel lines, forming four acute angles. This is angles in parallel lines, and four obtuse angles. The measure of one of these 8 angles is 7x minus 250. The sum of the measures of 4 of the 8 angles is k. Which of the following could not be equivalent to k for all values of x? And then it's got different equations for the values of k, the 4 angles added together. Well, when two parallel lines are crossed by a transversal like that, and then, it says there's 4 acute and 4 obtuse. That means it's like this. There's 4 angles smaller than, what did I do here? Oh, I used one of the, I think I need a blank space here. Hold on, let me fix this. I'll make a blank space. I was using one of the lines that they had for the answer choices, and I was drawing that as the, okay, hold on. I need the 2 parallel lines. 1, 2, 3, 4 acute angles, and then I'll put a little tick there. 4 obtuse angles. 4 angles more than 90, 4 angles less than 90. So I will write this equation, except I'm not going to use x, I'm going to use a. When I use x and y, it wants graphs or functions. I'm going to use a so that I can put a value in. 7a minus 250, 7a minus 250, and then a value for a. And I don't want a negative angle, so I'm going to have to create a slider. Let's do that. And I want to make it a nice, easy number to work with. So I'm saying I'm getting positive. Okay, a is 7a minus 250 is 130, so the other angle is 150. And then there's 4 angles. It doesn't say if there's 4 obtuse or 3 obtuse and 1 acute, whatever. So I'm going to see what these 4 can be. Either all 4 are the 150s, so that would be 600 degrees, or 3 are 150s plus 1 of the 30s, or 2 are 150s plus 1 of the 30s, or 1 is 1 plus 2 of the 30s, rather, or 1 150 plus 3 of the 30s, or all 4 are 30 degrees. So it could be 600 degrees, 480 degrees, 360 degrees, 240 degrees, or 120 degrees. So that's 1, 4, 2 and 2, 3 and 1, 4 and 0. Okay, so those are the possibilities. And now all I have to do is type in the answer choices and see which one, hopefully 3 work and 1 doesn't. I don't know if there's a way that it wouldn't, but let me find out. Minus 14a plus 1540. That says 980. Well, that's not one of the 5 options, so that could be it. 14x minus, or 14a minus 320. 240, yep, 240 is one of them. It's this one. 3 of the 30s and 1 150. Minus 28a plus 1720. I'm using a because otherwise it would want graphs and it wouldn't work. I wouldn't be able to make a slider. So that's 600. Did I have a 600? Yes, I did. 4 times 150. And then 360. And yes, there is a 360 there. So the one that doesn't work is negative 14a plus 1540, which comes out to 980 degrees. And it's not one of the possibilities when what I called a, which is actually x. When x is 30, and these angles are 150 and, I'm sorry, when x is 40, I used a instead of x so I could make a slider. When x is 40, then these angles are 30 and 150 degrees. In other words, I just plugged in numbers and then I checked all the answer choices. And I eliminated the ones that didn't work. Well, a didn't work, and I kept the ones that did work. All of the other 3 worked. And this one says, which of the following could not? So I wanted to find one that wouldn't be one of the angles. If I had found 2 that weren't those angles, I'd have to come up with some different numbers for x, what I called a, and then check with those 2. But this one did it, and I was able to find that the answer is a.